Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one and all to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane. And today we're going to be having quite the fight, quite something different as well, in terms of how you handle a battle and actually how a battle progresses. A 1 versus 1, and declare, yes, no, not declare, what the bloody hell am I on about? It's Langres. Oh dear, I'm already showing myself there. Nonetheless, though, two forces shall be clashing on the fields of Langres. In the southern corner, we're seeing Xpornstar, ever classy name, fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 2nd Infantry Division, going up against them. Holding the line is PeClass, who I believe is actually the fellow we know as Bodhidharma. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, fighting for the 77th Infantry Division. And in fact, let's get right down to it. Let's not dawdle about with idle chatter. We're seeing a pioneer heavy start, at least 3 pioneers, although he might still go for Wehrmacht quarters. He's also hoping to go for something to be able to seize the territory, and of course they could also indicate he might be going a bit heavy on the support units, I suppose. Opposing him is Xpornstar, who's going for what? I believe he's also named Dutch X. I'll refer to him as that instead, as that's actually a bit easier to handle. What shall be going on here? And numerous engineers start by the looks from here as well. So numerous pioneers and numerous engineers, but the 3 pioneers start. There are my quarters up. Yes, indeed. And from here, how many engineers? 3 engineers as well. 3 pioneers. 3 ladies and gentlemen is the magic number. A bit of idle chat will be going on between the 2 opponents, and looks like Mr. Bodhidharma heading straight for the few munitions points, although ignoring the sort of low one right there. Apparently not of interest to him. There, my quarters almost out, and what shall be the first thing to come out of there? I wonder. From Dutch X we are seeing a barracks. Munitions being secured, fuel right there. So far, mostly normal procedures. There, my quarters up, we're seeing an MG out first for him. A few points being secured. Strategic point there as well. Pioneers and engineers rushing ahead for Fatherland and Uncle Sam, whatever, depending on it. But so far, so quiet. The pioneers being not exactly the equivalent of American engineers. The pioneers being more than a partly engineer troops, but they were also assault troops, whereas the engineers basically just were engineers. Not really frontline infantry, although they were in some cases used as reserve infantry if nothing else happened, which it did happen at some stages, where they were then supposed to sort of support tanks, but were pretty terrible at it, leading to heavy losses for both tanks and engineers. But a pretty swift movement up the western flank, and MG42 setting up here, I think. Do they have better things to do? Come on, gentlemen. No, they're moving, reacting to the intrusion of the engineers right there. What shall come out next? A Schwimmwagen for Bodhidharma to lead the way, scout, and possibly also push away any offenders. And mining pretty early going on here for Bodhidharma as well. Don't think we're seeing any mines so far from Dutch X. But there we go, engineers coming under pretty heavy fire. Schwimmwagen and MG for the victory. Already 1 engineer bites the dust, completely dead. There's no life left in him. Other engineers getting hunted down. And looks like Bodhidharma's going for a sniper. So far, not a single infantry unit for him. Schwimmwagen moving in after the next engineer team, forcing them away again, doing quite a bit of damage. Rifle moving in. MG42 could be rushing into this building with the aid of pioneers to protect against any sort of close range chaps. And there we go, in fact. A small Wehrmacht position right here. Pioneers, MG gunners, and a Schwimmwagen. Rifle getting shot at quite a bit by other submachine gunners, and the the Schwimmwagen itself. It looks like the rifleman engineers at the same time are getting suppressed. 1 engineer has spit in the dust. Rifleman dies. More pioneers are moving in. And these rifles now coming in at quite a bit of fire from all these MP40s, which do as much damage as Volkskrone MP40s. Slight difference is they're a lot less accurate. The same applies to actually engineer grease guns. So fun little fact there, although as opposed with veterancy they can become a bit more dangerous, but then again, veterancy is a bit harder to get for the engineers, although mining things can get them veterancy. One of the few units that I believe that actually gain veterancy from mines. Sniper on the way, and could we be seeing more snipers from? He's not training any infantry as of yet. No, he's actually getting full scanners, then never mind. MG42 pushed away, not entirely sure why I used that to seize a point. Attempt at mining, but that stopped. Sniper taking the point. Bodhidharma being pretty aggressive. And for that, he actually paid the penalty, as a pretty solid American assault has immediately forced him away, since he didn't actually have anything to stop it. Because they were busy taking points, so that's something you have to be careful with. And also why I like having infantry. But mines going down in there again. These pioneers might want to consider getting the devil out of there. Kampfkraft sent up as well for Bodhidharma. Darjek pushing onwards. Schwimmwagen doing what he can. Flame for engineers. Taking up enough damage. More rifle engineers moving up. And not really looking good for the 77th Infantry Division at this stage of the fight. Oh dear, Schwimmwagen damaged engine. Will it make it out of there? Veterancy for the support units. Where the full screen is, they apparently have been cancelled. Instead, he's getting a second sniper. Schwimmwagen down, I fear. MG once more getting outflanked. Second sniper moving up, sniping the rifleman. Soon support veterancy. Rifleman taking quite a shooting as they're advancing, though the sniper is himself being a bit exposed. Keeping up the drain on the Americans, who though are still holding most of the map. Flamethrower engineers, riflemen, snipers and MGs.
The enemy advances.
And looks like a pioneer team did go down in a horrific manner. But I mean, it's not really the sort of most usual fighting you're seeing here, relying mostly on support units. Usually you're best off getting a bit of infantry. But two snipers can be dangerous. They can do a lot of drain. Oh dear, the MG's pointing in the wrong direction as the Americans are charging in. And we are seeing a jeep, and without infantry it could easily do some nasty damage to those snipers, in particular since they have very, very low health. Oh dear, oh dear. And 9 kills collected. If this jeep gets them now, that's going to be a huge blow to Bodhidharma, aka PeClass. He's not going to have really been able to justify their cost. And there we go, jeep moving in. Full screen is on the way, but it's simply too late. The snipers can only try and rush back to the building. But no, sniper one goes down, the other one rushing into the building. More oh dear, the sniper was killed. And the jeep immediately gains veterancy 1. Of course, the question is, will it be able to get out of there, in particular now there are so many pioneers with flamethrowers. Apparently 77th cannot really muster any infantry. Must be some sort of pioneer unit then, being sent as ahead the pioneer company. With a little infantry that can actually be spared, which did happen again. The pioneers were quite common for the Wehrmacht, used as frontline units to hold the line where they didn't have regular infantry to actually hold it. But the Willys jeep, used by the Americans and also by the Russians, I believe. Trier center going up there. Rifleman hanging about. Jeep in need of repairs, but again, pretty swift veterancy 1. And Bodhidharma pushing onwards for the fatherland, securing as much as he can. And looks like Mr. Dutchex has been laying out the mines, which is nice to see.
MG ready.
You are good. That's always nice to say. Keep getting repaired. Looks like Dutchex is getting preparing for another assault. Blitzkrieg has been chosen for Bodhidharma. Looks like he's getting ready to get some stormtroopers, some Sturstruppen on land from the 17th SS to provide him with some actual infantry, some tough infantry, but no veterancy for that as of yet. The push moving in. Jeep, Volkswagen's a bit in trouble. Not sure if he has the veterancy for it, and looks like a mine went off. Oh dear, pioneers hitting, trying to lay down the mine of their own. Now things are collapsing. Mines have been laid out, stormtroopers rushing ahead, MG setting up. Veterancy 1 of course makes it more accurate. And the jeep gets knocked out, 1 mine and it's gone kaput. MG setting out, no, it's rushing into the building, it shouldn't have done that. That cut will not allow it to actually hit the engineers, that's, oh dear. Oh dear, MG needs to get away, get away. Everybody needs to get away. In fact, Rifleman though hit the mine. Will he be trying to get off a bundle grenade on all of these engineers? I'm not sure what's going on. Oh dear. Stormtroopers retreating. Will they make it? Will they make it? Or will the fires of hell get them? Looks like they barely made it. And
losing ground.
Dutch X has pushed his opponent off the field.
Where do you want us?
Bodhidharma suffering heavy losses, but he's not giving up. More flamethrowers, more death. And Y going down in there, and mines as well. Good movement, pretty quick. Preparing for the inevitable German counterattack first before securing territory. Which is good. Pioneers rushing ahead, but they're taking heavy losses. But they are burning a few Americans. Looks like both Pioneers teams made it back, although one man each only. These stormtroopers need to get back and get fully reinforced. Dear oh dear. Again, I wouldn't say it was a good idea to rush these stormtroopers in without fully reinforcing them. Pioneers are ready though to lead the charge once more. Engineers rushing out of the building. Will they be stopped? Looks like it, looks like it. Oh dear, will they get away? Yes indeed, just barely. Stormtrooper down, retreat, retreat. No, he goes for a bundle grenade, but they're still moving. And a stormtrooper unit gets destroyed. Oh no. Pioneers rising in, a bit of resources being floated right there. Could it be he's saving resources to secure himself a StuG 42 and catch his erstwhile opponent off guard? And let's have a look at Dutch X. No doctrine for them as yet, but we are seeing a supply on the move and quite a bit of fuel. He could very well go for a tank depot and make something very good out of it.
The supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off.
And a Pioneer team dies. Oh no. Not really looking good for the Wehrmacht, but there we go. StuG 42 has arrived. I'm pretty sure Dutch X was not prepared for that. But clearly this was a slightly tricky and sneaky thing right there. And oh my goodness, 5 riflemen down. Excellent shot right there by the StuG 42. Oh dear, further losses to the Americans. Avoids the mine because that's not where it wants to go. Flamethrower Pioneers leading the way. This could be it. This could be where Bodhidharma takes things back. Of course, Dutch X could still hold and turn the tide. Riflemen rushing into the building.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
StuG 42 does not care. It has a better thing in sight, the American base perhaps. Might be an idea to actually get some veterancy for it, although looks like he might have gotten further veterancy for no, not support units. Tank depot on the way. Oh dear, this could... Oh no. StuG 42 moves in. One shot and engineer team absolutely devastated, trying to set up that tank depot. But not looking good. Second StuG 42 arrives. Still no veterancy on the way.
Enemy is after our victory point.
Pioneers salvaging a jeep for whatever can be converted into munitions. Victory points being secured. Tank depot is ruined. Cannot be made.
Cut off from supply.
Lots of engineer losses. In fact, Dutch X has no more engineers. The 77th apparently being able to scratch up a lot of... Why isn't he finishing it off? He actually allows his opponents to cancel it. That was a waste, because that's only going to give him resources.
They're asking for drop coordinates.
But we are seeing Airborne, the last chance of Dutch X. Call in an anti-tank on and knock out that StuG 42. But looks like he will be losing his supply out. That's going to hurt. There we go. And moving on to the barracks. Second StuG 42 arrives, but the anti-tank gun gets dropped in. Still no veterancy for the StuG 42. Which should allow the anti-tank gun to quickly sort that out. Engineers down. And yes, indeed, already down to half health. I wouldn't be surprised if he's using armor-piercing rounds. barracks almost down, but I don't think the StuG will make it. And there we go, StuG down, 3 shots, and it was dead. Would it might have been able to survive if he just bothered getting some veterans forward, but now he moves in his StuG 42 number 2 right at the anti-tank gun. That's not necessarily the best idea, and he doesn't bother really trying to knock it out. Instead just moves on to deal with the barracks, getting it, and another engineer. The engineers of the 2nd Infantry Division are really not looking happy, and another StuG 42 gets killed in, my goodness. And just tries to sort of knock out base, it seems like. Riflemen suffering in face of the StuG 42, still no veterancy. Pioneers moving about here and there, and the anti-tank gun got that second one, gaining veterancy 2 already. That's again pretty swift veterancy for Dutch Axis troops. And the StuG 42 is littering his base, while another one keeps killing. Oh dear, will these Mendoza. Goodness gracious.
Operation posts report we are losing a sector.
So a bit of quiet as points are being taken, territory secured, and the StuG 42 marches about on its own. The only real support being mostly pioneers and a rather devastated full-screen air team. Airborne getting called in. Could be seeing more pioneers, in fact.
We got a full combat load.
And pioneers right on the western flank getting rushed. And these Volksgunners quite simply being outgunned. And there we go, more pioneers on the move. Looks like veterancy on the way. Could it be veterancy for the armor for the StuG 42? While the Airborne with recoilless rifles and the anti-tank gun moves in on the StuG 42, which is unsupported. Not good at all. And there we go, the hunt is in. The StuG 42 a bit on its own. And looks like the StuG 42 can't get a kill on these Airborne while it's getting absolutely... There we go, swiftly down. And another huge blow, although flamethrower pioneers are rushing in against the anti-tank gun. Will they get it? No, other forces are there to assist. One anti-tank gunner goes down. And there we go, veterancy 2 for Bodhidharma's pioneers.
We are losing a munition sector.
Giving them elite armor, if I'm not mistaken, making them that much harder to deal with. And allowing them to get off more from the flamethrowers. And looks like these riflemen are not doing too well. In particular since more pioneers are moving up.
Airborne here.
Not a lot of territory though for the German commander nonetheless. Dutch X has been able to push off pretty well, and I mean current situation a bit shicer for the Wehrmacht. They do have some veteran 2 units. They've been able to really do a lot of damage. I mean, they've knocked out quite a bit of the American base, but there's also the problem. He's lost 3 StuG 42s. I mean, that's 150 munitions. He also lost a lot of snipers. I mean, he's also been able to do a lot of damage. He's also suffered catastrophic damage himself. It's a bit of a problem right there. I mean, he needs to get some infantry. I'd also perhaps consider getting a medic bunker reviver him. Perhaps right there. Get some infantry, or perhaps at least get some snipers and then push on.
Listen up, people.
For the American commander, a medic station would be good. Of course, getting perhaps something to deal with a further StuG 42 if he gets more, which I would not be surprised to see. Otherwise, perhaps, you know, another attempt at a tank depot could work. But let's return to this rather peculiar fight. Riflemen rushed away by the pioneers. Looks like there is very little cooperation though from the pioneers, which could be to the advantage of Dutch X. Of course, you can hit them, and these Volksguns aren't really getting reinforced now, are they? Looks like he's doing his best to also harass his opponent. Airborne versus rather veteran pioneers with flamethrowers. However, shall this go? In particular, more pioneers can be rushed in. And now flamethrower engineers are attacking, of course. Engineers with flamethrowers have a lot much easier time dealing with troops with elite armor, which of course includes veteran 2 pioneers. Of course, that's a bit of a fall to Bodhi Dharma's plans, but looks like the flamethrower engineers themselves are catching on fire. Oh, the irony.
We hold the initiative. At this rate, we'll be taking Berlin by Christmas.
But looks like another push is getting ready. Volksguns getting reinforced. Further veterans, perhaps for the Volksguns would be good, I think. Or perhaps an MP40. And meanwhile, flamethrower pioneers doing what they can over here. Airborne catching on fire. The screaming eagles, well, screaming of pain. And veteran T3 giving the pioneers a health boost. But a heavy machine gun has arrived to stop them. That's good, that's good. Except the flamethrowers seem to get in within range before there's time to really get off a good shot.
We're losing ground out there.
But now these pioneers are going to be that much harder to actually knock down, due to the increased health bonus actually received right there. Still not a lot else though from Dutch aid. Of course, question is, might he have not benefited from something else? An exchange of flamethrowers. Whoever shall win this? Looks like the Americans. Minor fighting here and there. Pioneers burning everything they see within their eyes. The Yankees shall burn. But another good push here right by Dutch X. Infantry supported by a heavy machine gun. And the pioneers are quickly getting out of there, realizing they can't win this. But with another force moving in, the Volksgunners for some reason are feeling they have to lead the way, despite they are not the veteran troops. But the side Airborne moving up, perhaps with a satchel charge, perhaps with grenades. No, they can't get grenades, so they actually only have satchel charges. The rifle getting burned alive, and there we go, moving up. Satchel charge on the building. Will the pioneers realize this? Yes, they will, in fact. And kaboom! Pretty huge chunk of the building just got blown up. And there we go, another StuG 42, but I'm not entirely sure he's actually getting veterancy for them. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pioneers with veterans, free, and most of them with flamethrowers, except one team. This is quite something. StuG 42 moves in, opens up on the heavy machine gun, I imagine. While the Airborne are getting roasted alive. And looks like the Wehrmacht is turning the tide. The 77th Infantry Division's pioneer troops doing quite valiantly. But for how long, of course, is a good question. And we are seeing a weapon support set up. What could it be? Probably Dutch Hex is getting a sniper, because again, elite armor units like Pioneers of the 22 are also easier to hit for a sniper, because of course, if you get a sniper against that, that's really going to be draining Bodhidharma quite quickly of manpower then. So a good move right now, I think. And the StuG 42 keeping to the flanks, not wanting to run into that anti-tank, which of course still is veteran 22. Flamethrower pioneers moving up. Another assault moving in. Still no veterancy for the armor or the infantry. I do feel that's a mismove.
We are losing ground.
And looks like the StuG 42 has plans. He's going once more for the base, but it's going to be unsupported. There's Airborne, there's anti-tank guns. Oh, Bodhidharma, what are you doing? Besides burning Yankees alive. But no, he's not even dealing with the weapon support center. He's going for the triage center. I suppose that could have worked. don't think it will make it, and there we go. Sniper has arrived for Dutch X. StuG 42 bites the dust. Pioneer's getting suppressed.
They're losing territory.
Cover his position. Let's go. Get up.
And now, of course, with the sniper, things are going to get very, very painful. Indeed. And there we go. Pioneer down. Tree's getting blown to bits. Come on. Oh dear, the anti-tank got him. And Airborne with recoilless rifles. Again, a nasty combination. Again, the sniper just doing what he does best, which is kind of going to be very quickly draining body armor of all manpower. He's not careful. Goliaths have arrived. He could, of course, get his own sniper, but of course, the German sniper in this case actually have the advantage due to veterancy 3 because he can fire faster, which also means essentially he can actually drain a American infantry unit a bit faster. I believe it's a cooldown of about 40%, so it's reasonably faster. And Pioneers, though, still moving on from all flanks. Goliath ready as well to do a bit of nasty damage. No mortars, though. Coda, as in Coda Chrome, which is also one of Bodhi Dana's names. It gets a bit silly when they all have to have those many names. But there we go, dual snipers, dual veterancy 3 snipers. That's going to get nasty. But we of course have to see how this one works out. I mean, he's still going to die as easily to one sniper shot and an unveteran sniper, so of course in that sense he holds no advantage. Rifle advancing up through the center. Has to be careful though. Rifle now closer, Goliath. Snipers over here, so of course. But never mind then. There we go, second sniper ready. Could be close though to getting a Tiger. And the Volksgun's getting sniper support. And the riflemen are quite quickly getting drained. And there we go, sniper reels him in the center. Of course, perhaps on west there's a German sniper up here, but of course will the German sniper get him or not? And these riflemen could be going down.
They have lost a unit.
No, he did not. Goliath moves in. 2 snipers and oh dear, machine gun. Ah! My apologies. I did not mean to sneeze. But 4 kills already for this sniper. Then he misses. Brilliant, brilliant. A true sniper of the Reich. There we go. 1 good kill right there.
Yes, comrade.
American snipers are moving in to react. Of course, the German sniper wants to consider pulling out at some stage eventually. And also be a bit careful about running around in the open. He could get hit by an errant recoilless rifle round. StuG 42 moving in. 7 kills, that's going to do nicely. Mortar getting scorched, that's less good. And a Pioneer team down, he actually calls in a StuG 42. Oh dear, the sniper's a bit too... No, sniper StuG 42 flies a bit too far. That could have been nasty if one of those snipers were caught in this. Heavy fighting going on everywhere. Airborne continuing in, hoping to get that StuG 42, which is still not getting any veterancy. Dear German. American snipers don't care about the German one. Instead, Wehrmacht snipers just getting to reign supreme while the other one continues here. 3 kills. Oh dear, an Airborne team could be going down. It could be going down. Main gun destroyed. No, he tries to knock out the anti-tank. Come on, get those veterancy 2 snipe. Airborne, come on. Misses, misses. Oh no. Perhaps the anti-tank gun instead then? No?
Scope on target.
Instead retreats. And all pioneers immediately sitting about repairing that StuG 42. Tiger ready now. Although again, veterans earlier would also benefit at the Tiger when it gets out. So far the Americans have not really managed much. 11 kills on this fellow. He's going to need several more, although with Airborne it is certainly more expensive. And a strafing run now moving in, pinning the pioneers. Looks like break time is over for the 77th. Mines going off, the heavy loss to the Americans. Sniper moves in. Exposing himself quite needlessly, I think. A bit of quiet. Everybody roaming. Points being secured. It's certainly been quite a twisty-turny battle with a lot of developments, lots of things changing hands. Looks like another StuG 42 will be down. No, it somehow survives rather than getting sniped.
We lost a sniper.
And there we go, both snipers revealing themselves. StuG 42 tries to knock them out, but doesn't quite succeed. Pioneers forces them off the field though. Rifleman down to mine. Almost completely annihilated, in fact. And there we go, the Tiger arrives. StuG 42 moves in. False gunners again without veterancy. StuG goes out of control. Bit of a shame. And that Tiger won't last much longer again without veterancy. Trying to secure that anti-tank gun. Come on. Proud soldiers of the Reich. Almost down, but the false guys are not in a good condition without medic packs or anything. Snipers arrive. Oh dear. False grenade team dead. Heavy losses on the pioneers as well. Tiger trying to get out of there, but it's not in a good condition now that the Airborne veterans Infantry are on the hands. The pioneers need to get there quickly.
We are losing territory.
Anti-tank gun moving in. Veteran G2 gets off a good hit. Stormtroopers arriving, apparently a few more. But will it be enough? I doubt it. Take lessons, there's still no veteran for the armor. Sniper moving up as well. But with 2 American snipers on the prowl, that's certainly going to be dangerous.
Sniper ready to engage. Ready for anything. Ready for victory.
Don't even think he's gone beyond the other phases. He's basically been relying on off-map troops and such. Rifleman down to a mine. And the German sniper went down. That was not good. Now, of course, there's nothing to really clear the way for the Tiger. Storms were a bit buggered. And there we go, Tiger down.
The enemy advances.
This is more or less GG.
They're in our base. They're hitting our base.
So let's just stop it here. And of course, what can we learn from this match? I mean, we saw some pretty unorthodox things. Heavy pioneer spam, although later in the game rather than early on. We saw an opponent who lost his space more or less to StuG 42, but of course was able to reclaim it due to a clever use of the Airborne doctrine. I mean, the doctrine that rather has the most tactical flexibility. We saw lots of StuG 42s getting wasted. We also saw a complete lack of armor veterancy, which I really think hurt him. And of course, I might also have thought a medic station or medic bunker for either side would also have helped a bit. But I mean, there was pretty much some advantages trying to be taken on both sides. Bodhidharma going for the StuG 42 when he senses his opponent has no anti-tank assets, and of course the same way with snipers figuring where there's not much going to be stopping those, in particular with those pioneers being quite vulnerable. We also saw veterancy free for a lot of support units. That's also not quite often seen, but still did good. We saw some tricky things on both sides, so there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.